stint in the NAHL with the Aberdeen Wings. He gets the nod from head coach Darryl Locke. So we're underway here at the Village. Cody Lambert, a quick shot, turned aside. Save made, the first one of the game for Pellerito. Lambert once more up the near side. Thrown on net, goes just wide. Your starting lineups today for the Generals. It's the second line, Dalton Willie and Cody Lambert, centered by Nolan Zotter. They've got Logan Brown and Nick Recupero on the back end. For Norwich, they go with their top lines, Begich, Essing, and Kinahan, with Hayden and Borms on the back end. Generals have the majority of the momentum so far. Begich controls in the neutral zone. Goes the near way for Essing, which is wrapped around the boards where DeMar McCoy can stop it behind the net. Cody Lambert now finds Nolan Zotter. Zotter with space in the neutral zone enters the offensive end. A toe drag. He tried taking a shot, but he got poked off his stick by Jamison Bain. Sent back into the Norwich zone. Generals complete their line change. They bring on their third line, Sean Gorman and Caden Hess, two alternate captains for the Generals, centered by Michael Locke. Mac Reed poked up towards the blue line, sent back in by a C captain. That leaves for Davis Kinney to go to Reed to the near side. On the near side wall, a battle for possession goes the way of Northeast, and Sean Gorman can make his way into the neutral zone. Retreating back to the far side corner, Daryl Smith. Played out of the zone and brought back in offsides by the Gens. So we get our first stoppage with 18:24 remaining in the period. That brings Michael Locke into the face-off circle against Jamison Bain. One back by Locke. Caden Hess sends it in. Pellerito out of his crease to play behind the net. Locke gets folded in the far side corner. Looks to be a little shaken up. He'll make his way over the bench where he'll see Dylan Trelligan, the team's athletic trainer for the Generals. Dylan on the bench with head coach Darryl Locke. The assistant coach and general manager of the NA3HL Gens, Brian Erickson, and the team equipment manager, Shane Stone, all standing on the bench. For Norwich, it's just the head coach, Kevin Cunningham, behind his team. Braden Kennedy to the far side, finds Mason Frary. Up to the blue line now, Owen Locke. Near side to Tommy Lubin. Lubin a shot, redirected by Kennedy, and held on to by Pellerito for the whistle. So now, according to Todd Arrington, tonight's off-ice official and PA announcer for the Gens, that's their first shot of the game, though. We know that that's actually their second shot of the game. Cody Lambert won on the first shift. The Gens win the offensive zone draw, pushed forward by Matthew Nuzzolillo. In the far side corner now is Tim Hayden, pressured by a couple of Gens. Nuzzolillo fell to his knees. Kennedy now on the far side wall, poked up to Owen Locke. His shot blocked immediately into the glass by Chris Hamilton, who was up at the blue line. Locke once more, another shot blocked, goes to the far side corner, where it's sent back down by Nuzzolillo. Now Frary plays it up. Locke drops down on the far side half wall. Hamilton comes in for Norwich. They make their way out of their defensive zone, but quickly on it is Tommy Lubin, who absorbed the hit, but got the puck deep in the Norwich zone. Back the other way, coming Norwich. Skating through the ice is the extra defenseman Shane Mazur. Mazur sends it in on to DeMar McCoy. And McCoy on the side of his net holds on for the stoppage. Just over 3 minutes gone in this contest, 3:20 to be exact. And the Gens, who were spectacular over the past 2 years in the NA3HL East Division, have been spectacular. They find themselves in the first place in division, but the gap has been closed a little bit from them and the rest of the pack. They find themselves with 34 points in the lead of the East Division, 11 more than second place Norwich, who they're facing off against today. In the neutral zone, sent back into the Generals end of the ice, that was Eric Mazengel. Played all the way down. Icing is initiated and confirmed. Carpenter, the lead linesman, on the call. Berenson has the orange bands on this afternoon as the faceoff comes back to the general zone. It's their fourth line on the ice. Gabe Vijuk with Avi Sindhu, centered by John Decio. Sindhu yesterday played in the U18 Gens game. Their lineup suffering from illness and injury all the way up and down the depth chart. So Sindhu joined the defensive core alongside Charlie Robinson, a member of the NAHL Gens. Both 2004 birth years, eligible to play U18s, and eligible just to play that one game. Now Recupero, the defenseman, leads the rush. Near side, a shot, save made by Pellerito. A good opportunity for Nick Recupero, who's actually playing in his final NA3HL game for the time being, before he plays with the Gens, but they score. Norwich in front. It was Tegan Beer. Demar McCoy went to play the puck. He mishandled it. And a good opportunity for Beer, and Norwich leads 1-0. So quickly, Norwich takes the 1-0 lead. They won last week against the Generals 3-1. I said it at the top of the broadcast, the Gens' first regulation loss to a team in their division in the regular season in a very long time. Cody Lambert chases to the far side corner. Back to the second line. Dalton Willie, a shot on net, is caught in the paraphernalia of Brendan Pellerito. And so the Gens will get an offensive zone faceoff a quarter of the way through this first period. 15:03 showing on the clock. It was the first shot on goal for the Sea Captains. That found the back of the net. Beer last year played with Norwich out of West Fargo, North Dakota. Is a 2002 birth year, so he'll make his way to the next chapter of his career next season, whether that's NCAA or ACHA hockey. Thrown just wide of the net by Michael Locke on the redirection. Taken in the middle of the defensive zone by Norwich. That's the defenseman, that's, I believe, Tim Hayden, who sends it out. Now Borms blows a tire, leaves for Hess. He wraps it around on the far side, Sean Gorman. Now a long shot from Kinney, goes wide. Michael Locke finds it. Back to Mac Reed. Back a shot in front, goes wide. Kinney again once more, far side of the blue line, drops down the half wall. Davis Kinney, down to Hess. Back to Kinney, the one-time shot. He couldn't pull the trigger. Up to Gorman now, near side to Reed. Mac Reed fakes the shot, backdoor. Hess, a try, save made by Pellerito, and cleared out of danger by Camden Borms. Puck gets sent down the ice. And icing is called with 13:56 remaining in the period. And the Gens another offensive zone draw for their top unit. Matthew Nuzzolillo with Braden Kennedy and Mason Frary. Nuzzolillo leads the team in goals with 18, followed by Hess and Kennedy, both with 12. Hess also 10 assists alongside Kennedy. The two tied with 22 points. Though Nolan Zotter wins that race for the assist leaderboards, he has 18 assists this season. Tim Hayden into the far side corner, plays it to the near side where Carson Dutcher drops down for it. Taken back by the Generals and Tommy Lubin. Lubin near side across the way to Owen Locke. Shot gets redirected up at the blue line. Goes to the corner. Lubin again loses it to Dutcher. Now on the far side is Begich. Gets around Owen Locke. Still holds possession. Blows a tire when Tommy Lubin comes in to help out. And now it's played up to Mason Frary. Sent down the ice. Kennedy giving chase. But coming over is Eric Massengel to win possession. Generals start the process of a line change. They bring on their fourth line with Gabe Vijuk. Vijuk in the vicinity, looking for it, finds it, cuts to the outside. Taken now, Avi Sindhu leads the rush. Sindhu on his forehand, pushed into the corner. Pressured behind the net by a C captain, that's Brian Essing. Taken back by the Gens. Near side corner, pushed behind the net. To the far side, John Decio couldn't control. Begich can't clear the zone. Decio finds it, absorbs contact, and gets it down for Gabe Vijuk, who takes the player down to the ice, but no penalty from the official. Vijuk got away with one there. Easily an interference or cross-checking penalty. A good case for the Norwich bench, but no one seemed to complain. So we play on. Nick Recupero up to Sindhu, played to the middle of the ice, where it's taken back by Sean Loftus, the captain of the Sea Captains. Big hit on the near side. Hamilton on the receiving end. That was John Decio who laid it. Now Logan Brown sends it back in, delayed off sides. Haunts Nolan Zotter's forecheck for the moment. It's played back to the neutral zone. Logan Brown can't catch it, so it gets sent back down to where DeMar McCoy can stop it. He leaves it for Mac Reed. Now Dalton Willie on the near side. Looking to get away from Loftus. He does. But the pass goes off of Nolan Zotter's skate, and it's sent back into the Gens area. Brown rings it around the boards just inside his own blue line. So when it goes down for icing, he won't be allowed to change. He'll have to stay on with the Gens' second line. Zotter, Willie, and Lambert. It's Brown with Mac Reed for the defensive zone draw. For the Sea Captains, it's the goal-scoring line, their fourth line, Tegan Beer. He's got Angelo Donzella and Sava Makarenko, who played very well for the Sea Captains last week, finding the back of the net in the 3-1 win over these Generals. And now it's Tegan Beer who gets his team on the board today. A Sunday matinee matchup. 12:30 puck drop. Shot onto McCoy. Turned aside. Taking it was Makarenko. So we'll do it again. This time the Gens are allowed to change. Though they don't. Actually, they do. Davis Kinney comes onto the ice for Logan Brown. Kinney on the far side. Play it up to Dalton Willie near side. Willie falls to the ice. Plays to the offensive end, though. Now the Gens can forecheck. Zotter and Lambert both below the circles. Played to the far side. Norwich doing a good job of playing keepaways. They get it to Tegan Beer, who sends it into the general zone. DeMar out of his cage to play it around to the near side. Sean Gorman fresh on the ice. Can't get it out. DeMar forced to make another save. Now Lambert can't catch a pass from McCoy, and it's sent back into the Gen zone. McCarthy up to Gorman, taken back by Mazur. Mazur leaves it for a teammate. Thrown in front, a good opportunity. A good pass from Nicholas Peluso went awry. And we're going to get our first penalty of the game, it seems like. Not quite. Puck goes out of play. So the faceoff will come inside the Gen zone with 10:32 remaining in this first period.
Do you want me to match that for shots on goal?
Leaning in, Bain for Norwich. I guess Michael Locke in white. Won by Bain, though the shot off the faceoff went wide. And it's held on to by McCarthy. Out in front for Peluso, but a good block shot from Michael Locke shut it down. And then on the blue line, the defenseman wearing 14, Tony Moran, tipped the puck on its way down the ice. So no icing. Another opportunity now for the Generals. It was Braden Kenny with the shot. Got turned aside. Now Mac Reed a try from the blue line. Goes wide. Still loose in front. And finally, Pillarito gets a glove on it and stops it almost exactly halfway through this period. 10:01 remaining in the frame. Gens trail on the scoreboard 1-0, though they lead the shot department 6-4. They bring on their top line, finish up the change. Mason Frary and Matthew Nezzolillo, centered by Braden Kennedy. Lubin and Owen Locke, the defensemen. Though Lubin lines up on the near side winger spot along the boards. Nezzolillo behind Kennedy. He's got that quick release. They're looking to use it. He takes the shot. but coming through and blocking it was Begic. Now Begic on the rush, near side, poked off his stick by Owen Locke. Mazzalillo comes in and lays a hit onto Begic, though the puck's played back to Begic in the slot, turning and firing. Couldn't get all of it. Now here come the Gens. Near side, Kennedy a shot, blocked in front. Pellerito might have gotten a piece of it. It was an odd man rush, a 3-on-1, and a good pass from Mason Frary to find one of the goal leaders for his team. Puck gets sent down the ice, and icing called once more. They'll get another offensive zone draw. This time it'll be taken by the fourth line, DCO with Vijuk and Sindhu. So we'll see who takes the draw. DCO is the right-handed shot. And so he'll take it. They load up the inside, Sindhu and Vijuk. Look for DCO to push this forward off the draw. He tries exactly that. It doesn't go anywhere, though he finds possession, thrown back across the front of the crease and played to the near side corner. Up the near side wall, taken in by Brian Essing and cleared down the ice. No icing, says Hoffman, the near side linesman, while Nick Recupero goes back for possession. Recupero leaves his own zone. He'll lead the rush. He's got Sindhu and DCO with him. Sindhu comes in to help out, though the puck gets played back into the neutral zone and sent back into Norwich's end. Now Kinahan. Jack Kinahan, met by Avi Sindhu, absorbs the hit. Nick Recupero plays to the near side. Icing is called. And so we'll get another stoppage and a face-off inside the Gen zone with 8:37 to play in this first period. Face-off inside the Gen zone, near side to the blocker's side of Demar McCoy. Face-off won back by DCO, played around to Sindhu. Sindhu can't poke it out. Good keep by the defenseman wearing 6, Tim Hayden. Now Vijuk once more. Blocks his shot, coming off the stick of Borms, though it's played back in by the defenseman wearing 3, where Nick Recupero plays it, chips it high in the air through the neutral zone, glove down by Hayden. Gens get their much-needed line change, but have to break out once more. Bad play by Demar McCoy again on the side of his net, but there was Logan Brown to keep it out. Now Recupero, the near side for Brown, down the ice to Sindhu. Sindhu will just chip and get off for a change. And the Gens get onto the forecheck. Sent back in onto McCoy. 7:40 remaining in this first period. Kinney to the near side for Reed. With his legs, gains the red line, sends it in. Nolan Zotter does the chasing. Onto the defenseman, Tony Moran. Up the far side, Kinney had dropped down to play it, though he played it with his hand, and Nolan Zotter touched up. So hand pass called, and the faceoff comes outside. .7:25 to go in this first period. Shots 7-6 in favor of the Gens, though they still trail 1-0 here at the Village. Ezra Janello along with you on Hockey TV for this Sunday matinee matchup. The top two teams in the East Division. Sava Makarenko into the offensive end, taken back by Lambert, played around to Kinney. Davis Kinney across the ice. He was looking for Dalton Willie, though it got caught in the legs of Nolan Zotter, who forces it into the neutral zone. Now Moran sends it back in. Mac Reed drops down for it. Reed to the near side finds Willie. Dalton Willie makes his way through the neutral zone, pushes it off the near side wall, finds it back, a shot going to the low far pad, finds itself in the low far corner. Thrown back in front by Willie, though it's picked up by Makarenko. He's met in the neutral zone by Reed and halted at the Gens' blue line. They try to make their way up the ice, but there is Daryl Smith to send it back. Now Loftus plays it on to McCoy. Plays to the near side for Reed. The third line, Michael Locke and Caden Hess with Sean Gorman on the ice for the Gens. And offsides called against the Sea Captains, rather a penalty called against the Sea Captains. And the Gens will go on the power play with 6:11 to play in this first period. It's Peluso, a 2-minute minor for holding. And the Gens get an opportunity to tie this game up. It's Nuzzolillo with Kennedy and Michael Locke, Zotter and Reed, the defensemen. Face off, one back by Nuzzolillo. It goes to Zotter. Near side to the far side for Reed. He drops down, fires on net. Blocked in front by Hayden. Now Reed in the corner. Kicks it to Michael Locke. Hayden, strong pressure on the outside. Gets it away from a general, and it's sent down the ice. New penalty killers on the ice for Norwich. Cam Holton alongside Jamison Bain. Mazur and Sean Loftus are the defensemen on the penalty kill unit. Mac Reed makes his way up the ice, taking off his stick. And Nolan Zotter has to retrieve once more. Play it up to Nuzzolillo, back to Zotter. Nolan Zotter across the ice finds Michael Locke. Locke into the offensive end, drops for Reed. Reed a backhand in front. He was looking for Kennedy, but Loftus got in the way and sent it down the ice, much to the approval of the Norwich fans in attendance. Zotter curls back behind his net. He's pressured hard by the forechecking Sea Captain Mitchell Goodman. Now Caden Hess absorbs some body contact in the neutral zone, and he enters the offensive end a little too early, so offsides called, and the Gens will bring on their second power play unit with 47 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Caden Hess centering Cody Lambert and Dalton Willie. Recupero and Kinney on the back end. Face off, one back by the Sea Captains and Hamilton, and Hayden sends it down the ice. McCoy, played to Hess. Near side, Caden Hess. He loves to skate up the ice on this power play unit. He'll keep possession himself. Played to the near side. No one there, so Recupero has to go back. Now up the near side to Kinney. Struggles with possession. Finds Recupero again. Now in the neutral zone, Hamilton juggling the puck on his stick. It goes back to his own zone, though, and cleared down the ice. A textbook penalty kill so far for the Sea Captains with 10 seconds until they get back to even strength. Hamilton watching Kinney, taking his time. Power play will expire for the Gens. Peluso allowed out of the penalty box. Nuzzolillo now, thrown in front. Played up to Recupero. The far side to Kinney, back across near side to Nuzzolillo, though it bounced over his stick, and he's met in the corner by Mazenjo. Lambert regains possession, shakes off Hamilton. On Willie, can't keep it in. Now 2-on-1, Kinahan near side. A pass to the far side that was intended for Begich. Goes off of a general, and it's shut down. Now Nuzzolillo re-enters the offensive end. He goes down on the far side corner. Puck taken back by Norwich and Brian Essing. Now played to the near side for Kinahan. Jack Kinahan laid up to Essing and sent in. McCoy leaves it behind the net for Owen Locke. Locke to Lubin, bouncing puck goes up the near side wall. Vijuk to Decio now. John Decio with speed through the neutral zone. Shakes off contact. He's met by his number 6, Daryl Smith, and is played up the near side. Kept in by the defenseman Tommy Lubin. Smith once more up the near side. A little bit of help from a teammate. That was Sava Makarenko, and the puck goes down to the Generals under the ice. All the way down it goes again, this time for icing. And if you look over at the Generals bench, you'll see head coach Darryl Locke looking up at the ceiling. Understandably not thrilled with how his team's playing in this first period, trailing by 1 to the Norwich Sea Captains, who handed them a devastating loss last week. Face off one back by Decio. He's been lights out in that category tonight, though it's kept in by Gonzella. Way to the near side, Gabe Vijuk backhands it off the wall. Borms keeps it in, absorbs a big hit from Avi Sindhu. Another way coming, Gabe Vijuk. Vijuk played below the goal line. Hayden plays it for Norwich up the far side, finds Tegan Beer. Beer curls back up that far side. He'll use his legs. Now finds a teammate. Beer once more through the neutral zone. Far side, a shot onto McCoy. Caught like a catcher behind the plate. And held on to for the whistle. Demar had been called up by the Aberdeen Wings in the NAHL. He was there for just around a month or so, maybe a little longer. He didn't get to see any game action, but he reported back to the NA3HL Gens, and he's gotten a fair share of the starts since returning to Attleboro. I believe he started on Friday. He starts again tonight. Michael Locke wins the face-off back. Sean Gorman now controls on the near side. Chipped high in the air to the far side. Hess is there. Lays a hit. Now here comes Locke. Michael Locke makes a move to the inside. Can't keep possession. Is taken off his stick by Carson Dutcher. Way to the near side for Mac Reed. On sides are the Generals. Michael Locke back to Gorman. Quick shot blocked by Locke, and Davis Kinney can't keep it in. Under 2 to play in this first period. 1:35 showing on the center hung scoreboard here at the Village. Mac Reed pushes to the far side corner. Now Mason Frary drops down for it. Played back in front for Michael Locke, though it goes to the wall where Reed can play it. Reed back to the near side to Gorman. It goes off his skate. Up to Davis Kinney. Played back across where Reed was. But he wasn't there anymore, so he has to send it back in, though it goes out of play off of the Norwich backup goalie. And so the face-off will come to center ice. 1:11 remaining in this first period. Shots now in favor of Norwich, 9-7. They also lead 1-0 on the scoreboard. Logan Brown to Nuzzolillo off the face-off with speed, near side. Back door, Mason Frary was there, but the puck was just out of his reach. And now coming the other way is Mitchell Goodman and the Sea Captains. He sends it behind McCoy's net. Played by Braden Kennedy now. Up to Mason Frary. Frary finds Nuzzolillo, cuts to the inside, but poked off his stick by the defenseman Sean Loftus. Gens have to try again, now with 40 seconds showing on the clock. Loftus and Nuzzolillo race for possession. Nuzzolillo goes down. Good defensive play by Loftus to get it back out of his zone. Delayed off sides, so the Gens now can forecheck. Hamilton plays to the far side. Hayden off the wall. Big hit from Logan Brown, though he finds the ice. Another hit by the Gens. That was Nick Recupero. On the receiving end of it was Loftus. Make that actually Mitchell Goodman, who found himself sitting on his back end and looking up at the ceiling. Now Mason Frere into the offensive end. Played to the near side. Kennedy a shot in and out of the glove of Pellerito. 1 second shows on the clock. Now the buzzer goes. So we will go to the first intermission.
When we first started the clothing brand, like I said before, it was about culminating a community aspect and a mindset about it, but now create.
Gens control in their own zone. Nick Recupero to the far side finds Logan Brown. Now here comes Dalton Willie. Willie, far side, shot on net, in and out of the glove, rebound still loose. Way up to the blue line where it's kept in by Brown. Now to the near side, Nolan Zotter controls. Walks down into the corner, down to Cody Lambert, taken off his stick by Tony Moran. Laid up top, Recupero. Holds back down to Zotter, across to Brown. Logan Brown drops down, thrown in front. Caden Hess tipped it wide. Delayed penalty coming up. Norwich touches up, whistle comes, and it's Tim Hayden who will go to the box for cross-checking. .38 remaining in this second period. Norwich leading 1-0. It was Tegan Beer who found the back of the net thanks to a misplay by Demar McCoy. So the Gens get an opportunity to tie the game in the early stages of this middle period. Nolan Zotter off the face-off to the near side, finds Reed. Back to Zotter, middle of the blue line, far side to Kennedy. Into the slot, Nuzzolillo. Quickly met by a C captain. That's Beer. He makes his way down the ice. Tegan Beer has a step on Zotter. Puts the brakes on, though. Now up to the blue line for Smith. He goes down. Now here comes the Gens. 3-on-2, make it a 4-on-2. Near side Reed to Michael Locke. Looking for Nuzzolillo, though goes back to Zotter. Brandon Kennedy steps up. Can't take possession away from the player wearing 27, Sean Loftus. And the Gens have to regroup on the power play. Zotter leaves it back for Nuzzolillo. 1:20 remaining on the power play. Played up to Kennedy. Braden Kennedy into the offensive end. Makes a move to the inside. Poked off his stick. Reed comes in to help out. Reed now in the far side corner. Pressured by Mazengil. Taking back Michael Locke. Back to Reed. On the wall. Reed curls up the boards. Goes down to Kennedy. Kennedy to Kinney. Kinney a shot. Blocker save made by Pellerito. Reed keeps it in the offensive end. To the near side corner. Nuzzolillo up to Davis Kinney. Kinney back down to Nuzzolillo on the wall. Matthew Nuzzolillo back to Davis Kinney, middle of the blue line. Kinney a shot. Blocked in front. Goes to Reed on the far side. 35 seconds remaining on the power play. Down to Braden Kennedy. Puts it up on his stick. He was looking for the Michigan. So it bounces off and into the possession of a C captain and sent down the ice. Now was Jamison Bain in the area. Now here comes Cody Lambert chasing to the near side corner. Puck goes behind the net. Two Gens, two C captains looking for it to the near side. Caden Hess plays it back below. Tony Moran in the area. Moran, a breakout pass, goes off the skate of Makarenko. Make that actually Dutcher. He forechecks as we go back to 5-on-5. Nick Recupero leads the rush near side. Into the corner. Play it up the wall to Cody Lambert, though getting in the way of it was the C captain. Now Goodman absorbs some body contact. And the Gens come back the other way. Hayden Hess wraps it around the boards to the far side. Goodman there for Norwich. Pressured quickly by a general. Caden Hess can't keep it in. He'll have to retreat back to the neutral zone. Hess, the near side, poked off his stick. Now is Tegan Beard taking back Avi Sindhu now. A shot low far pad. Produced a rebound for Gabe Vijuk, though it was hip high. And it goes up the blue line where it's now put into the Gens bench. So the face-off will come outside the Norwich zone with 15:47 remaining in this middle period. Face-off just in front of the Generals bench. It's the fourth line. John Decio leaning in for the face-off. I guess the top line centerman, Ryan Essing for Norwich. Essing wins it back. Now he makes his way to the offensive end. Taken back by Gabe Vijuk. A chip and chase to the near side half wall. Avi Sindhu keeps it in. Drops down. Thrown in front. Only C captains in the area. Taken back by Vijuk. Gabe Vijuk. Near side. Shot on net off of Daryl Smith's stick and into the netting. So a stoppage comes, and the face-off will come inside of the C captain zone. Face-off on the near side in front of Brendan Pellerito. the 2002 birth year out of Kalamazoo, Michigan. John Thesia will take it, tries pushing it forward. Dropping down to a knee, though. Hamilton shut it down. Now a shot from the point, tipped by Sindhu. Thesia absorbs a big hit in front, but goes to the far side corner. Now into the neutral zone. Played into the Generals' end of the ice. Owen Locke back to lead the breakout. Long pass to the middle of the neutral zone for Sindhu. Now Tommy Lubin leads the rush. Makes a move to the outside. Holds on his forehand. Thrown in front. He was looking for Vija. Goes all the way to the wall. Now Owen Locke's shot gets blocked in front by Hamilton. And the other way comes Norwich. Goodman looking for Holton. Goes all the way to Tommy Lubin in white. Owen Locke chips through the air. Knocked down by Tim Hayden. And sent back in. Quickly, though, Tony Moran has to regroup for Norwich. Owen Locke pushes it forward. Into the offensive end he comes. Loses possession thanks to a hit from Moran. Now the other way, coming Norwich. A shot on to McCoy. Turned aside, and Carson Dutcher not happy with something. He had a good opportunity on that far side of the Gen zone, though he couldn't capitalize on it. DeMar McCoy getting in front of it and holding on for the stoppage. Face off just in front of DeMar with 14-18 playing this second period. Face off won back aggressively by the centerman Jamison Bain, so it goes all the way back to the Norwich zone. Kept in by Lambert. Lambert and Zotter collide with each other, and Norwich comes the other way. Dutcher absorbs a big hit by Recupero. And he'll go to the box because of it. It's an interference call on Nick Recupero. Exactly 14 minutes remaining in this second period, and Nick Recupero not thrilled with the call. Of course, you're never going to be thrilled if you're the one going to the penalty box, but he might have had a case there. Either way, Norwich will find themselves on their first man advantage of the afternoon. Essing to take the face-off. He wins it to Makarenko, but it's played down the ice by Lubin. Now Michael Locke in the offensive end. A shot blocked by Mazur. Goes into the netting, so we'll do it again, this time about 150 feet down the ice inside the Norwich zone. Essing will take the face-off again against Michael Locke. It's Locke with his brother Owen, Tommy Lubin, and Matthew Nezzolillo, the penalty kill unit on the ice for the Generals. Essing now has Beer, Moran, Mazur, and one more. Angelo Donzella. Now Essing, near side, shot on to McCoy, gets his chest in front of it. And turns it aside. He'll hold on. Another whistle coming, another face-off on this power play. Only 26 seconds have expired on the power play. 134 remains in it. DeMar McCoy, a 2003 birth year, has another year of junior eligibility. Of course, you look at the NAHL Gens. You have one goalie in Toby Hopp, a 2004 birth year, a rookie. And then another guy in Cullen DeYoung, who's going to age out this year, a 2002 birth year. So that leaves an open spot for an NA3 goalie. Here comes Caden Hess, though, the other way. A shot on net. Low far pad save made by Pellerito. Caden Hess, a big hit in the near side corner. It's part of the identity of his play style. Lays another one on the far side. Doing a good job on the forecheck, forcing Norwich to go across the ice before up the ice. Now on the far side, a shot, they score on the power play. Jack Kinahan from the far side found the puck and finds the back of the net. And Norwich leads 2-0. Let's take a look at it on the Mass General Brigham replay. Norwich making their way up the ice. Jack Kinahan on that far side picks the far side corner. And Norwich takes a 2-0 lead, a power play goal for Jack Kinahan. So now the Gens take another penalty, this one Sean Gorman. Assessed a 2-minute minor. I've got to assume it's going to be for unsportsmanlike conduct if it came after the goal was scored. And so they go back onto the power play. Now a quick rush. Makarenko, a shot on net, turned aside by McCoy. Still on the power play is Norwich, looking to extend it to 3 goals. Just under halfway through this second period. All the momentum in favor of Norwich. Donzella sends it in. Essing finds it in the far side corner, though Braden Kennedy there. Played up to where Mazur can send it back in. Donzella near side, up to the blue line. Moran, a long shot, goes wide. Mazur keeps it on the far side. Down to Essing. Taken back. Nick Recupero blows a tire below the goal line, and quickly there Donzella regains possession. Makarenko thrown in front, goes off the back of the net into the possession of a General and sent down the ice. A minute remaining in the penalty to Sean Gorman. It was an unsportsmanlike conduct for Sean Gorman, a 2-minute minor. We'll see if he gets a 10-minute assessed as well. He shouldn't, though. He's the only General in the penalty box, while his team on the ice continues to kill the penalty. 33 seconds remaining in it. And now here comes Tim Hayden for Norwich. Poke to the offensive end. Hayden and Lubin go into the far side corner. Lubin finds the puck. Michael Locke comes in to help out. Now Owen Locke chases to the near side where Begic drops down to hold it. Up to the blue line for Mazengel. Now Begic, a shot, goes wide of the cage. Kinahan, who scored earlier this period, takes a shot that got blocked. Now 4 seconds remaining on the power play. Gorman leaves the box. Puck goes down the ice. No icing, says the official, while Owen Locke possesses. Absorbs a hit, but here comes Caden Hess. 3-on-0. Gabe Vijay to Hess, a shot. What a save made by the netminder. A good opportunity for the Generals, but an even better save on our Mass General Brigham replay. A 3-on-0, near side Hess, but Brendan Pellerito moving across his crease, gets in front of it, and keeps this game 2-0. Now the Gens will go on the power play. Tim Hayden will sit for 2 minutes. A chance to bring the game back to within 1. Norwich controls off the faceoff and sends it down the ice. That was Donzella who did the honors. Davis Kinney leaves it for Caden Hess. Hess will get his feet moving through the neutral zone. Caden Hess far side, holds on his forehand, thrown on net in the 5-hole of Pellerito, but he closed his legs in time and keeps it out. I mentioned Nick Recupero, who's moments from joining the NAHL Gens on a full-time basis. But he's not the only NA3HL Gen who has played with the top team here in Attleboro this season. Braden Kennedy got some action earlier in October. And Caden Hess got a couple games as well coming out of the showcase back at the beginning of the season. Michael Locke drops below the goal line. He's got Nazalillo, Kennedy, Mac Reed, and Nolan Zotter on the power play unit. 1:23 remaining on the man advantage. Reed behind the net, leaves for Locke. Played back to Reed. Pressured by the player wearing 11 in blue. That's Daryl Smith. Now Nolan Zotter at the blue line, creates separation. Goes down to Kennedy. Braden Kennedy across the ice near side. There was Nuzzolillo. In front was Michael Locke, but he couldn't catch the pass. Now Zotter. Nolan Zotter to the near side, drops down for Reed. Reed on the half wall. He goes down to the ice in the area for Norwich. Jamison Bain, though he can't control possession, so it goes to Kennedy. Zotter, the one-time shot, redirected, and Pellerito got a piece of it to keep it out. Now looking for the seam pass was Mac Reed. It wasn't there, so the puck gets sent down the ice. Allows some new penalty killers to come on for Norwich with 33 seconds remaining in the power play. Now an opportunity for Beer, all alone. Beer, a shot, blocker save made by McCoy. A good opportunity for Tegan Beer, who's got a goal already, though it's shut down by the Generals netminder, and now the Gens are offside, so it gives us an opportunity to take a look at that opportunity for Tegan Beer on our Mass General Brigham replay. Beer found himself alone. McCoy steps up and makes the beautiful blocker save, shutting it down. So the face-off just outside the Norwich zone, won by the Sea Captains, though Caden Hess chased the offensive end. Now it's controlled by Nick Recupero with 5 seconds remaining on the power play. Recupero, his pass knocked down. Cody Lambert back to Recupero. Not yet into the offensive end. Now they are back to even strength as well. Kenny, top of the circle, a shot held on to by Pellerito for the whistle. Norwich leads 2-0, though the Gens lead the shot department 19-16. It hasn't been about the quantity of the opportunities, but really about the quality of the opportunities. Tegan Beer scored in the first period on a mishandle by Demar McCoy. And then Jack Kinahan, while on the power play, on the rush, picked the top corner over McCoy's glove. Now here comes the Generals' fourth line, Sindhu, with Vijuk and Decio. Vijuk sends it in. Tim Hayden back to lead the breakout. Fakes the clearing. Now curls around to the far side corner. Hayden to the near side, finds Begic. Begic to the offensive end with possession in the corner. Cuts below the goal line. Pressured by Owen Locke. Still with it, though, on his backhand up to the blue line. Kept in effectively by Camden Borms. Now it's cleared out. 3-on-1 for the Gens. Decio has fallen to the ice. He gets up. Looks to be okay. Puck goes to the neutral zone. Tommy Lubin sends it back in. Gens execute a line change. Their top line comes on. Nuzzolillo with Frary and Kennedy. Frary now with it. Can't get into the offensive end. Donzello is there. Makes his way through the neutral zone. Chips and chases. McCoy wraps it around to the near side for Frary. Nolan Locke back for Braden Kennedy below the goal line. Played to the far side. Nuzzolillo can't get it out. Good play made by Sean Loftus. The two battle for possession. Teammates in the area. Puck goes into the middle of the slot. Glove down by Beer. Beer to the near side. Now backhand in front, but Owen Locke dropped to a knee to shut it down. Now here comes Kennedy over the red line. Taken back, though, by Makarenko and sent down the ice. Owen Locke back for it. Danzella hard on the forecheck, and it's sent back down the Norwich way. No icing, says the linesman. So back for it, Sean Loftus wraps around to the near side. Therefore, it is Beer, taken back by his number sake and Kennedy. And a soft shot along the ice is covered up by Pellerito. .6:37 remaining in this second period. That brings the fourth line, not quite the fourth line, Gabe Vijuk on the ice. He joins the third line, Michael Locke and Caden Hess. Locke pushes it forward off the draw. Vijuk goes down for it, though his stick was knocked out of his hands and high into the air. Norwich makes their way up the ice now. Mac Reed chases to the far side corner. Push to the near side, Davis Kinney. Kinney to Hess. Caden Hess absorbs the contact but gets it down. Tony Moran will wrap around the boards in his own zone. Kept in the blue line by Reed. Shot redirected in front by Michael Locke. It went over the net, bounced behind it. Now it goes to the near side corner where Locke and Hess work together for it. Vijuk comes in to help out. Now 3 Generals in the vicinity. Norwich comes away with possession. Near side of the neutral zone, taken back by Davis Kinney. Finds Caden Hess. Now on the far side, Vijuk enters the offensive end. With space in the slot, down to Locke. The pass between his legs goes to the corner. Caden Hess drops down, leaves it near side corner for Vijuk. Vijuk thrown in front. Moran got in the way of it. Now he sends it off the glass and down the ice for an icing. A late call from the official for the icing. But with 5:31 remaining in the second, we'll get an offensive zone draw for the Gens. So that brings on the next unit for head coach Darrell Locke, Cody Lambert with Nolan Zotter and Dalton Willie. Zotter, who normally centers this line, is the left-handed shot, so he lets the right-handed Lambert take it, though Lambert lost it. But Willie finds it in the near side corner. Now up the half wall, Willie still with possession. Played off the shin pad of a Sea Captain, that's Peluso. Down below the goal line, far side, Cody Lambert. Up to the blue line. Brown, near side, Recupero, long shot, blocked in front by Moran. Thrown on to Pellerito, it's still loose in front. And the netminder jumps on it for the whistle. A good opportunity for the Gens, but nothing coming of it. Pellerito has played spectacular. We'll take a look at it on the Mass General Brigham replay. It was loose in front. You saw him jump there, but look at how many Gens are in the vicinity. All 3 forwards at the side of that net when that puck gets covered up. Gens doing everything they can to get this score back to within 1. Willie takes a stick up high. The arm of the official goes up as well. Delayed penalty against the Sea Captains. McCoy making his way to the bench. Nolan Zotter below the goal line absorbs contact. Tegan Beer goes down. Now Cody Lambert lays a late hit. We'll see if he goes to the box for it, but in the meantime, we know that the Gens will go on the power play. It's Tim Hayden, his second penalty of the game, this time 2 minutes for high sticking. With 4:47 remaining in the second period. Matthew Nuzzolillo will take the face-off. Same unit as usual. Michael Locke and Braden Kennedy on his wings. Though Kennedy slashes the stick out of the hands of Sean Loftus. And 4 seconds into the Generals' power play, we'll go to 4-on-4 hockey. So that leaves Nuzzolillo with Michael Locke, Zotter, and Mac Reed. Same unit will stay on the ice. Holton with Beer, Loftus, and Daryl Smith on for the Sea Captains. Beer wins the face-off, though Nolan Zotter gains it. Goes to the near side for Reed. Reed off the wall for Zotter. He'll make his way through the neutral zone. Near side of the offensive end. Makes a player fall. The shot on net. Held on to by Pellerito. It takes another 14 seconds off the clock, down to 4:29 to play in this second period. So in a minute 42, Tim Hayden will be allowed out of the penalty box. Norwich will get probably one of the shortest power plays I've ever seen, 4 seconds before Braden Kennedy will be released from his sentence. Face off to the near side of the Norwich zone. Michael Locke takes it. Nuzzolillo lines up behind him. Now Recupero and Kinney, the defenseman. Played to the near side. Nuzzolillo fell to his knees. Now a 2-on-2 the other way. Held on to by the forward wearing 21, Carson Dutcher. Poked off his stick. Recupero has to go back for it. Recupero plays it up the near side wall. Can't keep it though. Bain takes it back. A shot blocked by Recupero goes into the corner for Dutcher on the far side. Carson Dutcher looking for Bain behind the net. Goes back up the far side wall. The defenseman Shane Mazur drops down to play it. Now on the near side. Dropping down the other defenseman, Mazengil, taking off his stick. Now here comes Nuzzolillo working one-on-one. Mazengil coming in on the back check, forces a shot from Nuzzolillo. That's held on to for the whistle with 3:39 remaining in this second period. .339 playing this second period. Face-off won back by the Gens. That was Caden Hess who took it. Playing to the neutral zone for Owen Locke. He wraps it back around. Tommy Lubin drops in, finds it on the far side. Now Mason Frary. Long shot from Frary. Turned aside. Now it's played down the ice. It won't be an icing, with the centerman, Brian Essing, winning the race. So DeMar plays it. Now up to Frary, near side. To Hess. Loses a handle on it in the slot. Coming the other way. Jack Kinahan. Played around Lubin. Kinahan. Shot from the far side. Off of the glove of DeMar McCoy and into the near side corner. 10 seconds till Hayden's allowed out of the box. Mason Frary controls in the near side corner of his own zone. He'll make his way up the wall into the neutral zone with speed. Cuts down into the offensive end. Hess comes in, finds possession. His shot gets blocked. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Kinahan could have had a step, but he can't keep possession. So Owen Locke in the neutral zone plays it back to the Norwich end of the ice. Kinahan once more. Near side of the neutral zone. It's dumped in. McCoy plays it to the far side. Now on the half wall, Brian Essing meets it there. He's pressured quickly by Tommy Lubin. Sava Makarenko out of Yorktown Heights, New York, into the far side corner. Back to Essing, taken away by Zotter. Nolan Zotter can't keep it. Good stick by the defenseman. That was Shane Mazur to keep it in the offensive end. Now here comes Begic. Begic, the offensive zone, far side, poked off his stick by Lubin. Taken back by Norwich. Mazur shot from the near side of the blue line. He couldn't pull the trigger. He heeled the puck and it went to the wall. Now in the corner with Begic up to the blue line for Mazur. Played around the far side. Now here comes John Decio. He had a step, but the puck was just out of his reach, so it's played to the near side corner by Pellerito. Norwich breaks in once more. To the far side. Beard doesn't catch the pass. Now here comes Gabe Vijok. He had Michael Locke on the pass, but he decided not to make it. Instead now Recupero thrown across the front of the net. And it's played up into the neutral zone where here comes Donzella. Donzella drops off, now near side. Beer back in front, backdoor Donzella, they score! A tic-tac-toe passing play for Norwich. And they lead 3-0. We'll take a look at it on the Mass General Brigham replay. Watch their entrance, the offensive end. We're going to get penalties in the meantime, but first, tick-tack until they find the back of the net across the crease, and they score. And now we'll take a look at what happened after that on the Mass General Brigham replay. A late hit. Still a Sea Captain down in the corner. Dylan Trelligan, the team's athletic trainer, will take a trip into the corner. Watch the top of your screen, right where it says Brigham. And after the goal, Donzello went down, and some extra activities ensued. We'll be back on Hockey TV. Welcome back into Hockey TV. So Norwich takes a 3-0 lead, but some penalties come out of it. Tim Hayden gets a 2-minute minor. Gabe Vijuk a 5-minute major. He's made his way down to the Gents locker room. So did Logan Brown, whose penalty is not up on the board. Now Nuzzolillo into the offensive end. 4-on-4 hockey for the remainder of the second period. Only 1:05 remaining in the frame. Near side, Davis Kinney makes his way up. Finds Michael Locke. Now Nuzzolillo near side of the Norwich zone. His shot gets blocked. Onto the back of the net it goes. No whistle from the official. Norwich knocked it off the net. Michael Locke regained it. Now Nuzzolillo behind the net to the far side. Up to the blue line. Finds Reed. Long shot. Tipped in front by Locke, and Pellerito jumped on it. 41 seconds remain in the period. We took a look at that replay as to what happened after the goal was scored. Donzella, who scored the goal, collided with a general, went down in a heap in the far side corner. Then Logan Brown came in afterwards and continued the altercation. And that's why he got a penalty. I'm not sure if Gabe Vijuk's the one that Donzella collided with or not. Either way, Caden Hess plays to Kennedy. Now Kennedy on the near side wall up to Kinney. Davis Kinney across the way finds Reed, but it goes off his stick and into the bench. So the faceoff comes into the neutral zone. 28.8 showing on the scoreboard. Shots 25-19 in favor of the Generals. But like I said earlier, it's not about the quantity today. It's about the quality. And if you look at all three goals scored by the Sea Captains, they've been high-quality opportunities. The first one, a mishandled puck by Demar in front of his net. A good opportunity for Tegan Beer to beat the netminder. The second one, a power play goal on the far side for Jack Kinahan, which forced McCoy to go across his crease. Meanwhile, another good opportunity. A nice save made by McCoy on Sava Makarenko. And then the third goal, the most recent one, again on the power play, a tic-tac-toe play by the Sea Captains. Again, and I was sitting just outside the locker room when the guys came out, and they seemed to be pumped up and ready to go. We're underway. It's 4-on-4 hockey for the next 45 seconds. Then after that, the Gens will have to kill off 3 minutes of a penalty kill. Matthew Nuzzolillo fires a puck wide to the near side. Gens now going right to left across your screen. Nuzzolillo, the far side for Recupero. Drops down the wall, holds on his forehand. Nick Recupero leaves from Michael Locke, back up to Nuzzolillo at the blue line. Nuzzolillo a long shot along the ice, turned aside. Locke on the near side, across the way for Recupero. 13 more seconds of 4-on-4 hockey. Going down behind the net was Nolan Zotter, taken back by the Sea Captains. Now Jack Kinahan enters the offensive end on the near side. Absorbs contact from Nuzzolillo, who chips it down the ice. 5-on-4. The Sea Captains now on the power play for the next 2:50. Caden Hess on the ice with Braden Kennedy, Tommy Lubin, and Davis Kinney. Kinahan to the near side, he was looking for Begich, taken away by Hess. Play to the far side, Kennedy. Tough angle try, goes high and wide. Up to Begich on the near side, leaves for Kinahan. Over the red line, now the blue line, Jack Kinahan. Pick and chip around Tommy Lubin. He goes into the boards. A scary collision in the corner. He looks to be okay, though. But the Gens are going to go 5-on-3 penalty kill. Now that it's touched up by Caden Hess. And we'll see what kind of penalty comes assessed to Tommy Lubin. So Tommy Lubin will go sit in the box. So will Avi Sindhu. So you've got to assume it's a 2-10 for the Generals defenseman. It is. So Tommy, a 2-minute minor for boarding with the 10-minute misconduct attached to it. Avi Sindhu will serve the 2 minutes. And a full 2-minute 5-on-3 power play for Norwich in a game that they're leading 3-0. They control off the face-off. It's Mazenchel down in the near side corner. He absorbs a big hit. Another penalty going to be assessed to the Generals. Kinahan controls near side. Thrown in front, they score! In front was Peluso. And the Gens trail 4-0. Let's take a look at the Mass General Brigham replay. Off the face-off, we'll take a look at the behind the net cam. The hit in the corner you don't see on your screen right now. Played up towards the blue line on the far side. Shot found its way through and redirected in front by Peluso. And so we'll see what happens. There was a delayed penalty against the Gens. And the question is, will Lubin's penalty come off? There was 2:08 remaining in the 5-minute major to Gabe Vijuk. So that stays on. Now Recupero will sit for 2 minutes, and Lubin will be allowed out of the box. Lubin was just assessed a 2-minute minor, no 10-minute. Avi Sindhu was serving the remainder of the 5-minute major to Gabe Vijuk. That's why there were 2 Gens in the penalty box. Vijuk was assessed a 5 and a game misconduct. So still 5-on-3. Norwich on the power play. Shot on net off of Bierstick. Goes wide to the far side corner. Now taken back by the Generals. That was Mac Reed. He was looking for Zotter. They couldn't connect. Now on the near side of the neutral zone is taken back by Essing. Ryan Essing on the far side makes a move to the inside. Shut down by Kinney. Essing refines on that far side up to the blue line. Now near side, Loftus a shot, blocked down by Zotter. Zotter clears the zone and will get off for a change. 1:15 remaining in the 5-on-3. 1:20 in the Norwich power play in total. Mazur weaving through the neutral zone, cuts to the outside, curls back up the far side wall, up to Loftus, middle of the slot, shot on net, turned aside by McCoy. The Gens can't clear the zone. Played to the far side corner where Davis Kinney controls. Mazur keeps it in on the backhand. Tries to escape from Nuzzolillo. He does with the pass to Kinahan. Now atop the blue line, Masengill shot blockered away. 40 seconds remaining on Recupero's penalty. Masengill to the far side of the blue line, Mazur. Near side for Essing. Essing still with it. Middle of the slot, a shot blocked in front. McCoy didn't have to get a piece of it with all the traffic in front. Now Mac Reed gets into the offensive end, but here comes Essing. Brian Essing, 2-on-2. Peluso with him. Shot goes wide. It went off his stick and off the glass. Now Kennedy gets it out of the zone. 9 seconds till Recupero is allowed out of the box. 14 until Sindhu gets out for Gabe Vijuk's penalty. Way up to the blue line. Kinahan can't keep it in. 5-on-4 for the next 5 seconds. 16:15 remaining in the third period. Back to 5-on-5 for the first time this period, almost 4 minutes into it. We started even strength 4-on-4. We made our way to 4-on-3, then 5-on-3, now back to 5-on-5. Here comes Michael Locke, cutting across the blue line, leaves for Kennedy. Kennedy gets it poked off his stick, though refines it on the far side wall. He goes down to the ice. Near side, Tommy Lubin steps in, leaves it for Michael Locke. Back up towards Lubin. Played around the boards, below the net. Michael Locke pressured quickly by Hayden. Kennedy comes in to help out, finds possession, a shot on net. Shouldered away by Pellerito. Now up again, Tommy Lubin. Down towards Kennedy. Michael Locke with Kennedy and Caden Hess. Tommy Lubin on the near side wall, drops down to the corner, leaves it for Kennedy. Lubin and Kennedy working together for possession. It goes down to Hayden in blue. He goes to the far side. Now a stretch pass up to Makarenko into the neutral zone, and Slava Makarenko absorbs some contact from Owen Locke. The two jawing at each other, both wearing full face shields, so they won't fight each other. And they finally separate as the puck goes into the Norwich zone. Makarenko near side of his own zone, uses his legs. He'll lead the rush, 3-on-2 with a back checker and Caden Hess. Makarenko near side, a shot, rebound still loose. Beer was looking for it. Makarenko another shot, save made by DeMar McCoy, and he holds on for the whistle. 14:31 remaining in this third period. Ezra Janello along with you on Hockey TV. A look around the NA3HL. In the East Division at 2:30 in just about 12 minutes in Long Beach, the Titans visiting the Sharks. And at 7 p.m., the last game of the day in the NA3HL, it's an East Division matchup at Danbury. It's the Hat-Tricks and the Bobcats, 7 p.m. You can catch both those games on Hockey TV, as well as the other 3 going on around the NA3HL in other divisions. Logan Brown to the near side. Gens can't get out of their zone. Good stick by Loftus, keeps it in. It's, by the way, St. Louis and Peoria, the Mustangs. They're going on right now. Their game just about to start out in Illinois. The Louisiana Drillers paying a visit to Texas and the Roadrunners, and then El Paso hosting the Atlanta Capitals. That game starts at 4:30 Mountain Standard Time. Nolan Zotter, far side, controls, fires, blocked shot in front. Getting in the way of it was the player wearing 7, Jack Kinahan. The other way, coming Begic, has a control of the puck. A shot onto DeMar is turned aside. Played back to the near side, up to the blue line. Borms wraps it back around. Begic, far side corner. Absorbs contact from Brown. Now Nolan Zotter. Off the wall to Cody Lambert. Lambert back to Zotter. He gets as far as the blue line before he's taken back by Borms and sent back in. Both teams in the midst of a line change. Caden Hess fresh on the ice, can't clear the zone. Sent back on to McCoy and turned aside. Another shot on net. This time it goes wide. Borms pulled the trigger. Puck goes to the far side circle. Taken up by Caden Hess. Now John Decio with a step into the offensive end. Holds on his backhand, thrown in front. Pellerito turns it aside, his first action in a while. Now Caden Hess leaves it. Michael Locke, Mac Reed, a shot into the glove and held on to by Brendan Pellerito. Take a look at DeMar McCoy and his latest save on a Mass General Brigham replay. You'll see them come down the ice. That's Norwich on the rush. And DeMar forced to move across his crease again. First makes the breakaway save. And just DeMar McCoy has been spectacular today, despite the scoreline. Puck stays in the offensive end. Near side corner, that was Michael Locke. He threw it in front for Decio, but they couldn't connect. Now Davis Kinney to the near side for Reed. From the blue line, a shot. Oh, there was Hess on the back door, but he couldn't get control of the puck. Hess controls again, cycles it down to Michael Locke. Play into the corner. Decio goes in for it. Locke does as well. So does a pair of Norwich Sea Captains. Now Michael Locke turns and fires, but it goes over the net. All the way up to Davis Kinney comes the puck at the blue line, far side. Kinney drops down the wall, still with it, backhands it over to Mac Reed on the near side. Reed a shot through traffic, found Michael Locke's midsection and blocked into the corner. Davis Kinney keeps it in once more. Now Norwich, an opportunity to get out of the zone, they will. Massengel uses his legs to do so. And he sends it into the far side corner, giving Norwich a chance to change up their line. So do the Generals. Long pass finds Braden Kennedy. Kennedy to the far side to Nuzzolillo. Matthew Nuzzolillo to Mason Frary. Can't catch the pass. Mac Reed, though, a try. He scores! Mac Reed gets the Gens on the board, and it's 4-1. A good opportunity for Northeast, and they find the back of the net. Let's take a look at it on the Mass General Brigham replay. Watch this super long stretch pass up to Braden Kennedy. He tried to find Nuzzolillo. They couldn't connect. Pass goes off of Mason Frary. Mac Reed finds it, and he finds the back of the net. And this game is 4-1 with 11:25 remaining in this third period. Gens win the ensuing faceoff. Comes to the near side for Nuzzolillo. Played up to the red line. Loftus sends it back in. Owen Locke back to receive on the far side. Locke up through the neutral zone. Nuzzolillo knocks it down, walks into the offensive end. It's left for Frary. Now Kennedy thrown in front. Frary in the slot, plays to the far side. Owen Locke controls. Locke, a long shot, gets blocked. Sends it back in, but not far enough as Begic jumps on it. Gains the neutral zone. Now Tommy Lubin in his own end leaves for Mason Frary. Frary cuts behind his own net. Now comes up the near side. A pass for Nuzzolillo, tapped ahead to Kennedy. Kennedy into the offensive end. In the middle of the ice on his forehand. Looking for Nuzzolillo in front, but a good stick from Hayden shut down the pass. Now played up the far side wall. Owen Locke, tough angle shot from the wall. It is into the chest and held onto by Pellerito. 10.5 remaining in this third period. 10:31 to be exact. The Gens entered the third trailing by 3. They surrendered a power play goal for the Sea Captains. It was 5-on-3. Then the Gens took another penalty. It was a delayed penalty, so 6-on-3 for the Sea Captains. And they scored, making it 4-0. Then now Mac Reed finds the back of the net, making it 4-1. Cody Lambert, far side corner, down behind the net for Zotter. Up to the blue line to Logan Brown, near side, back down towards Zotter. The far side, Lambert. Lambert controls, poked off his stick. In the area there was Borms. Now coming is Cam Holton. Holton sends it into the offensive end. Nick Recupero leads the breakout. Up to Nolan Zotter on the near side. To the far side, Cody Lambert with space. Enters the offensive end. His shot blocked by Hayden. Cleared down the ice. Logan Brown gives chase. Icing waved off. Brown up the near side. Finds Dalton Willie. Great stick by Makarenko. Shuts down the breakout. Dalton Willie tries to get it from the near side. Up to Lambert. On net was the pass. So it gets a piece of Pellerito, and he holds on. 9:38 remaining in the third. That brings on the third line with some new faces. John Decio with Caden Hess and Michael Locke. We haven't seen Sean Gorman since the early stages of the second period. Of course, Gabe Vijic's night is over. Caden Hess takes a shot. That gets blocked. Hess up to Kinney. Davis Kinney back to Hess, far side. Through the middle of the ice. Goes to Decio, near side. Up to Reed. Back to Kinney. Long shot. Blocker save. Aggressively by Pellerito. Pushing the puck up towards the blue line. It gets cleared down the ice. And icing called this time with 9:15 to play in the third period. Should Norwich close out this win, they'd move within 10 points of the Generals' lead in the East. The Gens currently with 34. Norwich with 23 would have 25 going into the Thanksgiving break. They make their way out of their own zone. Near side is Beard, taken off his stick in the neutral zone by Reed. Now the other way coming Decio. In the offensive end, John Decio, near side corner. Pressured off possession, though he refines it. Thrown behind the net. There is the player wearing 21 in blue, Carson Dutcher. Kept in by Caden Hess. Another shot blocked by the Norwich Sea Captains. They've got a lot of them today. On the far side, Beer up to Dutcher. Taken away by the Generals and Davis Kinney. Matthew Nuzzolillo back on the ice for another shift. Picked up an assist on the Gens goal that Mac Reed scored. Down to Nuzzolillo in the corner. Thrown out in front. Dutcher there. So was John Decio. Kinney keeps it in on the far side of the blue line. And now Nuzzolillo drops down to the near side corner for the puck. Thrown down to Decio in front. There's Kennedy, but no dice on the play. Now Kennedy in the far side corner. Pushed off possession. There was Shane Mazur to do the honors. Played down to Kinney in his own end on the far side. Leaves for Decio. Now up to Kennedy. Bouncing puck. No icing, says the linesman. So back for it is the captain, Sean Loftus, for Norwich. Left for Daryl Smith. To the near side it comes for Kinahan. Kinahan, a breakout pass to Essing. Now Begic makes his way into the offensive zone. Pressuring Owen Locke. The two collide. Tommy Lubin takes possession. He goes off the glass. No icing as the puck comes down to the Norwich end of the ice. Daryl Smith loses it to Nuzzolillo. Matthew Nazalillo, shot on net, redirected by Kennedy off the side of the cage. Nazalillo once more, up to Owen Locke to the near side for Lubin. Lubin wins the race for the puck, sends it back down in where Mason Frary possesses. Up to Lubin, on the wall near side, down to Frary. In the corner, Mason Frary makes a move to the slot. Got poked off his stick. Now a shot from Lubin gets blocked in front. Nazalillo found it, tried to turn and fire, but was unable to, so here comes Kinahan. Kinahan poked off his stick, delayed off sides. Norwich touches up, and the face-off will come all the way down the ice to the Sea Captain zone with 6:58 to play in this third period. The NA3 Gens will get a nice break after a midweek matchup against the Sea Captains. These teams will go right back at it again on Tuesday afternoon, 12 p.m. puck drop, the Rose Garden Ice Arena in Norwich, Connecticut. Then we have Thanksgiving, and the Gens will return on December 2nd and 3rd. They take on the New Jersey Titans in an NA3 HL East Division matchup. The NA Gens will be in action as well. Tommy Lubin! He scores! On the near side, and the Gens bring it back to within 2. Take a look at it on the Mass General Brigham replay. Tommy Lubin defines himself as a defensive defenseman. He finds the back of the net, and he looked pumped up, dropped down to the bottom of the circle, picks the top corner, and this game's back to within 2. Darryl Locke discussing something with the officials. If there's one guy on this NA3 AHL team that I am pumped up to see find the back of the net, it is Tommy Lubin. Tommy, a very good friend of the broadcast, always willing to help out during NAHL games and academy games. He works here at the Village with Sean Gorman and Nolan Maruli. Now here comes Nolan Zotter. Zotter, another friend of the broadcast, a toe drag, loses possession though. Tommy Lubin, love to see that from the big defenseman for the Gens. The other way, a shot on net goes wide. That was Brian Essing who took it. Some newfound momentum for the Generals with 6:10 remaining in regulation. They trail by 2 now for the first time since the second period. Michael Locke giving chase. Finds it in the near side corner to the slot. Owen Locke a shot. What a save made by Pellerito. Whistles come, and we'll get a stoppage of play. 5:54. Caden Hess had lost his helmet. I want to take a look at that save made by Pellerito on the Mass General Brigham replay. Michael Locke was in the near side corner. When we come back, there you go. You see the race for possession side of the net. Michael Locke behind, fires it in the corner. Owen Locke recognizes the open ice, drops down, and Pellerito makes a beautiful save, closing his 5-hole. So face-off on the far side of the Norwich zone, won by the Sea Captains. They'll make their way down the ice into the neutral zone. Glove down by Beard, taken back by Nazalillo. Here comes Matthew Nazalillo. Makes a shot on net, turned aside, and we're another face-off inside of the Sea Captain zone. .539 remaining in this third period. 2-goal game here at the Village. It's been an exciting one. At one point, the Sea Captains were leading 4-0 over the Generals. Mac Reed made it 4-1. Tommy Lubin makes it 4-2. The defense helping out on the offensive end in a big way for the Generals. Norwich makes their way to the Generals' end of the ice. DeMar McCoy plays to the far side for John Decio. Decio can't control. Now Nick Recupero up the far side wall. Back to Decio with space into the offensive end. Far side, a long shot. Gets off a stick and off the glass. Decio finds it in the slot. Played to the near side. Logan Brown sends it back in. Now Sean Loftus for Norwich. Far side now controlled by Mitchell Goodman from Colorado, who's taken off his stick. Now Logan Brown makes his way into the offensive end. Brown, not an East Coast guy as either. Out of Cody, Wyoming, Logan Brown. Started today's game with the Nolan Zotter line. Now here come the Gens. Caden Hess, near side into the offensive end. Thrown in front. Tim Hayden knocked it down. Hayden goes into the boards with a general. Braden Kennedy on the near side wall. Taken back by Mac Reed. Reed, back door. Kennedy is shot. Great save made by Pellerito. Goes to the far side. Begich finds it. So does Caden Hess. Hess in the far side corner. Played up to Mason Frary. Frary played across to the near side. Mac Reed drops down to the half wall for it. Played into the neutral zone where Davis Kinney controls. 4:06 remaining in this third period. Back in the Norwich end of the ice it comes. Hayden, pressured by Frary. Kennedy drops down as well. It's Kennedy with Frary and Hess on the ice for the Generals. Hayden pitches it against the wall. All three Generals below the goal line. Now Kennedy collides with another Norwich Sea captain. Now in the near side corner, 2 Gens, 2 Sea captains. Now 3 Gens come in. All 3 Gens in the corner. Now Mac Reed drops down as well. 4 Generals are within a 5-foot area. Battle for possession, still pinned against the wall, and at some point here the official has to blow the whistle. It comes out loose though, Hess with it. Down below the goal line, chipped down the ice, not enough for icing. Sea Captain's taking a lot of time off the clock. Mason Frary chases back to the offensive end. It's played up the near side wall, off of the official. Sea Captains couldn't get it out. Mac Reed sends it back in. Once more, kept in, this time by Willie. A long shot, turned aside. Kinney drops down, holds in the far side corner, played to the near side. Reed drops down now, on the wall, holds possession. Up to Kinney, middle of the slot, near side for Willie. But he couldn't catch the pass cleanly. A pass goes off of a Norwich stick and off the netting. And so we get a stoppage with 2:45 to play in this third period. Face off at the near side of the Sea Captain's zone. With under 3 minutes to play in this third period, keep an eye on Demar McCoy and when he exits the net for the Generals. Loose on the goal line, and Pellerito got a piece of it. A good opportunity for the Gens. We're going to take a look at it on the Mass General Brigham replay. Pellerito had it loose behind him. And that's why we have this behind the net cam. Off the face-off. Won by Norwich, so the Gens collapsed on it. And watch it just sneak right behind Pellerito from the side of the net. But he gets on it, keeps it out of the net, and this game stays 4-2 in favor of Norwich. Face-off won by Norwich. Makarenko coming their way, working one-on-one on Reed. Cuts to the outside, gets around him, still on it. Around the net, wraparound try, still loose, they score! Sava Makarenko went end to end, and they got tapped in by Bain on the near side. And they regain the 3-goal lead. It's 5-2, Norwich. Take a look at it on the Mass General Brigham replay. Makarenko wraps around. Demar McCoy made the initial save, but it was loose behind him. And Norwich regains the lead in the late stages. So face-off at center ice, 2:24 remaining. And a 3-goal deficit the Gens are staring at. Hayden Hess up the near side to Lubin. Played down the ice. Near side of the offensive end. Lubin can't keep it in. Now here comes Makarenko again, working on Owen Locke. On his forehand, goes down to the ice. Feet first into the boards. Looks to be okay as he gets back to his feet. Owen Locke through the neutral zone, shut down by Begich. He controls on the far side of his own zone. Now he'll skate it down the ice, up the near side wall, absorbs a whack from Owen Locke. He goes down, arm of the official goes up. They go crashing into the net. And the Gens will go shorthanded with 1:43 remaining in the third period. So Caden Hess will go to the box. A 2-minute minor for hooking. Berenson, the official, making the call. And the Sea Captains, moments from their second straight win over the Generals. It's Matthew Nuzzolillo with Braden Kennedy, Tommy Lubin, and Owen Locke on the ice for the Gens. Under 2 minutes to play. Short-handed, trailing by 3. Begich off the face-off, far side corner, cuts below the net. To the near side he comes. Played up the near side wall. Mazengil across the way. Finds Mazur. Long shot into the chest of Demar McCoy and held on to. I've said it multiple times, I'll say it again. It's not about the quantity of shots. It's about the quality of shots. One team has 40, the other has 28. In a game that is 5-2, the team that has 28 shots has 5. 38 saves for Brendan Pellerito on the other side of the ice. Puck goes into the Gens bench. Faceoff comes back to the faceoff circle outside their zone, just in front of their bench. 1:19 remaining in the third period. Pushed forward by Kennedy, knocked down by Hayden, sent back in. Make that Mazengil. Offside, says the linesman. And so we'll do it again now on the near side. With 1:14 to play in regulation, Beer leans in. Nuzzolillo does so for the Generals. Beer wins it off the faceoff. No, Nuzzolillo pushes it to the near side corner of the Gen zone. Now they make their way up the ice. Matthew Nuzzolillo with possession. A minute remaining on the clock. Long shot into the glove and held on to by Pellerito. And the Gens will get a shorthanded offensive zone faceoff. It's Nuzzolillo with Kennedy, Recupero, and Logan Brown. Matthew Nuzzolillo will take the face-off. Braden Kennedy lines up behind him. Brown on the inside hash mark. Nuzzolillo wins it back to Kennedy. A quick shot goes off a Sea Captain stick into the netting, and we'll do it again. 54.8 showing on the clock. Nuzzolillo leans in. There was Essing for the Sea Captains. He won it. Now the other way, coming Kinahan. Kinahan up towards Essing. Goes into the netting, though no whistle from the official. Kinahan finds it. Side of the net, Essing in front. Collides with Brown. Some extra shoves after the whistle. Now Kennedy comes in to join the action. And we'll see what comes from Berenson, the official. I think he's just telling kids to separate. There's no reason for anything with 38.4 seconds remaining in a 3-goal game. Kennedy to take the face-off once more. He's got Kinney and Reed with him. Essing issued a warning off the draw. Face-off one back by Kennedy. Kinney controls behind his net near side. Up to Mac Reed. Reed through the neutral zone looking for Nuzzolillo. Now Kennedy finds it. Far side of the Sea Captain zone. 25 seconds on the clock. Mac Reed pressuring Ryan Essing. Near side. Kennedy drops down into the corner. It's found though by Camden Borms. He'll pin it against the wall. Now escapes up the near side. 10 seconds on the clock. 3-on-2 for Norwich. Matthew Nuzzolillo knocks down Borms. He keeps possession. Backhand on net. Turned aside. Now on the far side, a shot onto McCoy goes wide. Kennedy laid a hit. Buzzer goes. And Sea Captains pick up their second straight win over the Generals, 5-2.